where the Cowboys are based.
Hi, GITV. This is Bob the Axeman Hildebrand here with Bill O from the marketing department, and welcome to our GITV live show on September 2nd, 2014. Now, once again, we have a new format, so we're going to go over the table of contents for the show for today right now. So, first of all, the topic of discussion for today, which we're going to get into a little bit, is, well, sidearms. Fool's Errand or Absolute Necessity. We're going to have promos coming up right before that, and then right after the topic discussion, we're going to go over new products in our studio today, and then a little bit after that, for the last, let's say, 5 or 10 minutes, we're going to have a quick Q&A as well as shout-outs. So without further ado, let's get into the promotional stuff. Bill, can you click on that for me?
Yes, sir.
Highly acceptable. All right, so first and foremost, I want to mention to everyone out there on the interwebs, the online, the internet, that we have a very special set of news coming for you. We will be having a new retail location opening up in
the Dallas area.
Yeah, the Dallas area. So Airsoft GI is coming soon to the Dallas, Texas area. Be there or be square. We'll have more details coming soon in the next few weeks and months. It's going to be really exciting. God bless Texas.
We'll see you in the Lone Star State.
Yeah, it's going to be really awesome. Can't wait for some amazing brisket. That said, why don't we go over some more promos? We still have flat rate shipping available today until the end of the day. Today, September 2nd. Now you can also use our Labor Day coupon code until the end of the day. So you can use Labor Day to get 20% off select items, and you can also use that with our flat rate shipping, which means you can get just about anything shipped for a flat rate of $8.95 into the continental United States and $11.95 into Hawaii, Canada, or Alaska. Bill, why don't you tell them about our sniper giveaway?
Next one is every purchase you make, whether it's $1 all the way up to as much as your wallet can handle, you're going to get a code. You enter in that code at we have a link on the website for your chance to win great prizes, anything from BBs all the way up to a custom-built sniper rifle.
Now, it's really cool about that. It's going to go on all the way through to October 31st, so any purchase you make, you're going to get that code and have a chance to win. Now, on top of that, we have Burst Wizards available on our website on over 300 plus AEGs, and when you get them, when you purchase that AEG, you're going to get those Burst Wizards for 50% off. So it's going to save you $20 on a $40 Burst Wizard, which is awesome. It's going to add reliability, burst functionality, and just general overall awesomeness to your airsoft gun. And, well, I mean, you've got a Burst Wizard in yours, so that's pretty fun, yeah. Now, let's see, as far as, like, other promos coming up, we also have some Wii Scar H packages. If you're looking for a Scar H, we've got a lot of options on our website, and another option is getting the Wii Scar H package because you're going to get an extra magazine, making it very playable right out of the box. So it's going to be 2 magazines.
As you'd say, highly acceptable.
Highly acceptable. Now, we also have Bob the Axeman's Rebel Training Camp coming up on the East Coast. That's going to be October 4th at X Zone, Virginia, in Chesterfield, Virginia. It's going to be really awesome. We're going to have law enforcement and military personnel there to teach you a little bit more of well, tactics and other things that will help you in your airsoft gameplay. And this game is geared towards players that are under 18 or who have less than a year's experience playing airsoft. But if anyone else who doesn't fit that criteria wants to come out and help, I guess, grow the airsoft community and teach these newer and younger airsoft players how to play better, I highly suggest you buying a ticket for that Rebel Training Camp. Wow, just verbal diarrhea, yeah. I'm going to be out there with GI staff, and we're going to have training as well as gameplay all day. It's going to be one heck of a great gall-darn day, and it's actually also sponsored by Apex and King Arms, so expect to see some raffle prizes from those great companies. Wow, whew, that took a little bit.
Nailed it.
Nailed it. I always hate when people come out of auditions saying that. They're like, nailed it. Wow, you're a butthead. All right, so for the topic today, Bill and I have some divergent opinions, but they're still somewhat similar. We want to discuss on whether, airsoft sidearms are an absolute necessity or if they're just something, extra to have on there to change how you play airsoft. Now, I know that Daniel has some different feelings that we may do. Yeah. Daniel doesn't find airsoft sidearms very necessary. In fact, he mainly just runs with a main gun. But he will he'll find himself in situations randomly that his main gun will go down, he'll run out of batteries, and he literally has nothing left, maybe, unless he's carrying his little, like, rubber thumb knife on him. That's his only other option. Like, yeah. So, you want to have that progression of, like, main gun, sidearm, and then thumb knife. But, Bill, I want to hear your thoughts on whether you think airsoft sidearms are necessary or just something else to do in airsoft.
Well, when it comes to sidearms, I find that a lot of it just comes from experience. And in my experiences, I've found that it's better off for me to have it and not need it than be in a situation where I need it and not have it. Because I have had times where, well, actually up in Antioch, my gun went down.
Yeah, I remember
that. My gun went down in the middle of that game, and I was like, you're like, Bill, you have a pistol, right? Yeah. Well, then use it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, yeah, you came up and your gun was down, and you were like, "Oh, I can't do anything." I was like, "Well, don't you have something?" You're like, "Yeah, I got this." I was like, "Well, go make something happen." Jeez.
And went off running into the fog.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely
fun.
something that I feel it's necessary, because personally I'd rather have it and not really ever need it than be in a situation where I'm like, well, I'm screwed.
Yeah, no, it stinks to be in that situation where one thing goes wrong and you feel you're completely out of the game. Like even with like a busted gun, you know, you could go up and try and bang someone or hope for the best that, you know, you can surrender somebody. It's not the most honorable thing to do, but I've seen players do it before. Now,
remember the guy with the banana kill?
Yeah, that was funny. That was hilarious. I personally find, I don't think that Airsoft sidearms are an absolute necessity, but I think they make the game of Airsoft vastly more fun. In fact, when I first got into Airsoft, I noticed that some of the most amazing experiences I have ever had in Airsoft are when, like, not necessarily my main gun goes down, but like where my magazine will run dry and I don't have time to put in a new magazine. So it's really, for me, it feels like a movie or a video game when my gun goes dry and I have to draw my sidearm to engage an enemy player, and then I'm successful. It just feels awesome. And I mean, it's kind of nice, like watching some of our action vids after the fact when I have to go to my sidearm, because I'm thinking like, man, I look pretty cool, but I don't always look good.
Well, I mean, also, with you, it's also, I don't know, I feel like it's different with you. It looks cooler because, like, you do run a gas blowback. So you got that bam, 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 and then you got the click, and you're like, oh, crap. And then it's just the drop it with the sling, and then pull, and then like that. And it's even cooler if you do that while you're, like, backing up, shooting, engaging.
It is also more of a necessity for me, too, because when I run the axe, it's generally preferable to run the axe and a pistol or the axe and a submachine gun. So I guess just to reiterate, your point is that you believe it's a necessity because you want to have something in case something goes wrong. For me, I think it complements the sport or game of Airsoft incredibly well in that, you know, it's going to make it that much more entertaining for you as a player. And also, you know, another idea is that it's going to change your gameplay. If, like, let's say you go out there and run just pistols.
Which is actually incredibly fun. You just have to have more than one mag, but when you get more than one, even if you have, you know, 2 or 3 mags, you still actually have to get close and make your shots count. Yeah. That's a challenge in itself. Like in Antioch, some of the later games, I'm running through the back alleyways and I'm like pop, pop, and keep running, pop, 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 and like running through clearing rooms and stuff like that. So it is something that changes up the gameplay, and I enjoy it too. Yeah.
Now sidearms also, I can see how they are necessary in certain situations where, like you run an M16, and you'll come up on like a really sharp corner. I mean, it's obviously going to be much better for you to cut that corner with a pistol than it would be with a large rifle like that. So it definitely is going to give you an advantage if you're clearing sharp corners or really tight rooms. It's funny to read the comments as I'm talking to, because I get advice when I'm looking at the camera. Oh. So yeah, they are definitely advantageous to have in certain spots. I think they make it more fun. Bill is similar to me in that, you know, you don't want to be caught in a situation where you don't have something. I actually used to run a secondary sidearm in case my first sidearm ran out of ammo. So it was like a Yo Dog.
I heard you like sidearms, so you got a sidearm for
my sidearm. Yeah. This was back when I actually used to carry even more on my gear than I do now.
And you carry a lot.
A lot of stupid great stuff. But yeah, no, I would have like my main gun, a Tokamak AK, and then I'd have an older like gas blowback pistol, and then I'd have actually a spring pistol in case my gas blowback pistol ran out of ammo.
I do want to get a clear springer just because I feel like that'd be fun to get some.
It is really fun, and it's also really, I think the best part is like seeing the look on someone's face that has like put like hundreds or thousands of dollars into their gun and then realize they got shot by someone with a springer. It's like you just deflate. Like just actually, another good reason for sidearms is a holdout pistol. Do you know what a holdout pistol is?
You're stuck in a corner. You don't know they're coming. You're just holding your ground.
No, I think I read the term holdout pistol in sci-fi literature. I can't remember the exact book it was, but I've read a lot of sci-fi. Essentially, it's like a pistol that you would hide on your person in case you got captured and whatnot.
The one where it's like you're captured and you're like, and you're like, got it!
Digging somewhere. I actually have used an old gas Derringer pistol for airsoft.
Oh yeah, the little guys.
Yeah, it was funny. I was actually I was doing a convoy mission, and they put a roadblock up, and I realized like, shoot, I don't have any guns in my car, so I'm gonna have to get out to shoot. And I literally pulled out stepped out of the car and pulled this silver Derringer out. I was like, I was
That's awesome.
really intimidating, but it actually functioned really well.
Makes
So
those 2 shots count.
yeah. So it's good to have, like, let's say if you're a spy or if you're behind enemy lines and get captured. I'm trying to think. There was actually someone at one of the Tim vs. Bob games that almost got a hold of. Oh yes, Tim almost took another person's sidearm, but he told me after the fact he was really wishing that he like secretly stowed one on his person. So, and actually, I want to ask you this, Bill, because there are some launchers that I thought would make either great sidearms because they're really powerful and no one would expect it, or they make great holdout secondary guns, like you know the Goblin Solo.
Oh yeah.
There's the Goblin Deuce and the Goblin Solo, and essentially the Goblin Deuce looks like the pistol shotgun that the Scout from Team Fortress 2 uses, but the Goblin Solo is basically a one-shot, very small grenade launcher. It's about like this big, maybe like this big around, and you could hide that in a variety of places, and you have one shot, but if you make it count, you can get the heck out of Dodge.
You can.
Yeah.
Because doesn't it have a low? I mean, if the barrel's only that long, so if you, how many beats does it hold? Like 4 to 8 or something like that.
I think it's 16.
Okay, then you got to plan. You could actually theoretically get a few people with one shot if you're far away enough.
Yeah, like if someone's shooting at us with one of those Goblin Solos and we're right next to each other, fair chance they're going to get both of us. So yeah, so that'd be really fun, especially like to escape using that.
That'd be that'd be. And if you had extra shells, you'd be like, flink.
Yeah, no, that'd be awesome. So yeah, we've actually got a couple sidearms. Well, not a couple,
quite a few.
We've got a lot of sidearms here just to talk about, and I actually want to bring this one up right now because this is probably my newest and most favorite pistol that's on the market right now. This is the P09 by ASG. It's fully licensed by CZ, and in fact, the Egyptian police and the Mexican federal police are starting to use this. It's rumored they're starting to use this as their duty pistol. But what's really cool about this, and I'm looking into getting one of these as a new sidearm to use, is that you can actually buy green gas or CO2 mags to use with this, and it's actually going to change the profile of how it shoots a little bit. So I can have different mags for, you know, depending on where I'm going to play, outdoor, indoor, and it cycles really fast. It's a pretty hard kick depending on what gas you use, but it's a really fun gun. So I'm really excited about this. I'm hoping to pick this up as the next sidearm. Do you want to pick up one of these and show our audience?
How about this one?
That could work as a sidearm.
This could work as a sidearm.
It does have semi-auto.
Does have semi. It's on full right now. Now it's on semi. But something I always kind of liked about the Mac 11s is even in the Airsoft version, safety's off. But let me pop out the mag. Where's the mag?
Okay, let me just take that out.
Yeah, you take it. I never used the mag, but I do like them though.
Okay, so I actually have one of these. I've used them. It works pretty well in semi-auto mode, surprisingly, because the at close range is pretty accurate. But what's really fun about these is on full auto, it bleeds the mag so fast. It's just so much fun to fire. So
well, I was going for the realism factor that it shoots from an open bolt. That's what I was trying to go from.
That's actually a very good point. I was going to say I actually used one of these as my sole gun when I was playing medic. I would attach a what's called a bungee sling to this, and I would let it hang right here when I was dragging people back, and then pick it up. But that
was the main thing I was trying to show. I was holding the camera trying to show like it shoots from the open bolt position. That's what I like, because the real one doesn't. Okay.
Well, we do have some other sidearms here to talk about. We actually recently did a video on some Elite Force pistols. This is the Elite Force 1911 TAC. I find that this makes a great sidearm, mainly because it shoots a little bit under 400 feet per second, and it kicks like a mule. I've used this in a variety of operations. Have you had the chance to use one of these before?
I have actually shot Paul's before, and that one is actually very solid.
Yeah, I'm surprised because like these. I mean, for the price, like, I wouldn't expect it to perform as amazingly as it does because it's cheaper than a lot of the other guns that I have. But this is a really fun pistol to use, and also looks cool because it's two-tone, in my opinion. So,
there's my favorite.
The USP.
The USP. This one is one of my personal favorites. Thank you for popping that out. Because I have shot the Real Steel variant in .45, and it is probably one of the most comfortable pistols I've ever shot. There you go. Full trades. Ow! But I'm a big fan of the USP, and also I have larger hands, so the pistol grip just feels so nice and like, I just love it. And the one thing I do like is the functional decocker. Always a good thing. Oh man, yeah, I just
Keep it together, Bill. Now, other options for sidearms, especially ones that I've personally used, is the Mark series of the 1911 pistols from KWA. These are great guns. They recently improved the magazine capacity. I believe they now hold 50% more rounds than they used to, which is really awesome. And if you're basically a 45 fan or a 1911 fan, you're going to like this gun, similar to like the Elite Force 1911, because they're 1911s. Feels comfortable, looks badass. God bless America. Highly suggest this gun.
Fun fact about that one: if you compare it next to a real steel Kimber Custom 2, slides are exactly the same.
No kidding.
Yep, based off the KWA one is based off of the Kimber Custom.
Oh, that's dope.
Pretty cool, right?
Highly acceptable. All right.
I'm a big Kimber fan.
Yes, yes, you are. Now, there's one other pistol in here that I actually am currently using as a sidearm. I'm sorry, it's not in here, but I want to mention it's the KWA HK45. If you guys are looking into a sidearm, I would highly suggest that one because it's got a contoured grip. I've said this before, it feels like an extension of my arm, which is a really good and confident feeling to have with an airsoft pistol. And it also holds, I believe, 28 rounds. So when you'd normally be running out of ammo on your sidearm, this pistol is still shooting. So generally, like when I go with that gun, I'll have like 2, maybe 3 magazines for the pistol max, and I'm ready to go set. So actually, I want to ask you, Bill, if you were running a sidearm, which I know you like to do, how many mags do you normally carry?
I used to actually only carry 1 in the pistol because I'm going to be honest, I could not afford extra magazines.
Well, that's very fair. I mean,
but in Antioch, I had 1 in the gun and then 2 spares, and I would actually go through them almost every game.
Yeah.
So it really does come down to when you start having to do those close corners, because while that field is technically it's an indoor field, but it's got distances that are long range. But when you go into a building, you can't be shooting as hot. You have to have something
exactly. You have to
smaller. So I was clearing rooms with a pistol, which I mean
works pretty well.
Yeah, I mean, and actually I found that 3 was the perfect amount. I didn't need any more. I didn't need any less. It was actually perfect.
Well, that's good. That brings me to another side of this sidearm story. Is that
I see what you did there.
Yes, you did. Is that I've heard some folks that when they play the role of sniper, some people have talked about carrying an SMG as a sidearm, like an MP7 or an MP9, or one of those CO2 Uzis, I believe from Elite Force. And it's actually not a bad idea because, you know, if you're running like a sniper rifle, you know, some sniper rifles you have that 100-foot minimum engagement. You have to shoot someone beyond 100 feet. If someone gets in that close, you have to be able to hit them with something other than a knife. And carrying a submachine gun, like, it immediately gives you a very large ammo capacity and a little bit more range than a sidearm would have.
Yes, definitely.
Now, the only limit there is that there aren't a lot of holsters specifically designed for submachine guns.
Yeah.
There are the ones for the MP7, obviously. They do flop around a lot. So
I was going to say, is the only one really the MP7 that has a holster for it?
I feel like I've seen an MP9 holster, but I feel like I remember being very expensive, very cost prohibitive, so to speak. And there's not many around. Yeah. So, but yeah, so that's another option for sidearms in the game of Airsoft, is having submachine guns. But it's really up to you how you mount it.
What's the really small MP5 called? Is it the MP5K?
Yes.
The really tiny one?
Yes.
That could technically work too.
Yeah. No, I mean I guess you could. I mean, you were using a sidearm with a rocket launcher at a certain point in Assault in Antioch. You're using your pistol.
Yes.
Yeah. So
with my rifle on the back.
Yeah. So you could feasibly, I mean, I would say like get a bungee sling for the MP5K, and then, you know, I guess rock the rocket launcher. And
yeah. Rocket launchers are awesome.
Yeah. So so that's at least my feelings on sidearms for now. Do you have anything to add, Bill? No,
but I found that though with Airsoft, even with building my kit and stuff like that, I say just do what makes you happy. If you think, I don't need a sidearm, I'm happy with what I got, roll with that. If you feel the need to get a sidearm, by all means, get it. Just do what makes you happy. This game's for fun. Absolutely. And actually, I would like to make a point of mention before we finish the topic that we recently did a video about Elite Force pistols, so that if a lot of these airsoft pistols that are in the 100, 110, 120, or 150 range are too expensive for you, there are a lot of other options like the Elite Force M84, aka the Cheetah.
It's the smaller brother to the M92 Beretta. I believe that one on our website is $74.99. It's actually really effective at close range. I had the chance to fire it. It's a pretty fun gun to fire. The Polymer Elite Force Beretta 92 from, well, I already said Elite Force, is about $90, and that's just as effective, if not more so, because it carries more ammo. So there are a lot of different options you have for sidearms and airsoft. Obviously, like if you want to go like really affordable, spring pistols. Spring pistols are really fun. And it'll definitely improve your gameplay.
It's my very first airsoft gun.
See, there you go. All right, well, I believe that's going to be it for our topic discussion for now, because we want to get into new products. So, Bill, if you wouldn't mind being a lamb and grabbing some new products. I'm actually a big fan of our new product section on airsofgi.com. In fact, I actually check it more than a few times when I'm here at work, because it's fun to see new stuff come in, and sometimes I don't always see it like going through the front door. So without further ado, Bill's going to grab some and bring them on up here for you guys to check on out.
Ooh, a razor.
All right, looks like this is the red and green dual illuminated scope with red laser from Lancer Tactical. That's pretty cool.
And then this is a green laser sight with remote switch.
Ah, so it's pressure switch.
It's called a remote switch.
Okay, okay.
Oh, wow.
All right.
Not bad.
Oops.
Comes with the battery, too.
Okay, so first of all, this is a scope from Lancer Tactical. As I mentioned before, it's got red and green illumination, which is really good in low light environments, and you're also going to have the side-mounted laser, which is kind of handy to have in case you don't want to have something further up on your gun or a different accessory mounted somewhere else. The only downside to this is that you're going to have to turn it on and off by hand. You're not going to have a pressure switch on it. But that said, like, this is really nice. You can just clip it onto your gun and clip it off. It's also nice to have some sort of magnification for your airsoft gun if you're shooting like longer range. But the nice thing about this one is it does have variable magnification. So, you know, if you want to just spot, you can switch this all the way over to 10 zoom, or if you want to have like a more functional airsoft scope, you can switch this between, I would suggest 2.5 all the way up to maybe 4, and that would be functional for airsoft, not just spotting. So we do have a wide variety of optics on airsoftgi.com, and this is definitely one of the newest products to come in, so I highly suggest checking that out. What's the full name on that one again?
This one is the, I got it right here, the green laser sight with remote switch by Lancer Tactical. Now, it does come with your standard mount for your Weaver rail or 20mm rail system. Here's the laser, pretty big, and also we have tested it, pretty bright too. It's a green laser, which is always fun. Comes with the pressure switch, which is also very acceptable. You got me saying it now.
Very acceptable.
And then, now I'm trying to figure out this one, if this is like for like a shotgun tube or what exactly it's for, because it's got rail pieces here. But, or if it's just be like you can mount it and then like, no, you don't have enough space. I'm assuming this is probably for like to mount to a shotgun tube.
I mean, from what this looks like to me is you mount this to a barrel or a shotgun tube, you put the laser in here, and then you've got rails on the side of the laser.
Yeah, because I was just thinking like a shotgun because that's a big enough barrel.
Yeah,
like
it does look like a shotgun barrel size.
That's what I think it's probably for. Instructions.
It's kind of nice though that you get a couple options for this one. So
because not everyone has a rail system.
Well, the fun thing is when I first got a flashlight for my shotgun, it was actually there weren't really any mounting brackets for it on the market, so I had to go to Home Depot and make one myself.
Hey,
so the fact comes right out of the box. One of those is pretty nice. America. And if you can't tell, the airsoft helmet Bill is wearing is one of our new products, and obviously.
Am I in the frame? I can't see.
You're in the frame, yeah.
Okay. It is the maritime style helmet, which, if you guys don't know, okay, I'm gonna take it off now. It's actually too small. These ones actually come in sizes. I think it comes in medium, large, and then large, extra large. Is I believe the sizing. But compared to like the standard fast helmet, they have a slightly higher cut to allow for headsets or any other accessories, or example, my Howard lights that I wear. Probably would have fit better than my regular fast helmet. But,
yeah, so be it.
So be it. So be it. But these are pretty cool, and it comes in. I think we got a few different camouflages. We got. What's this one called again?
I think it's Cryptek, and I believe it's Typhon. I might be like mangling that quite a bit, but this is a version of Cryptek.
Yeah, it's the black and grayish style, which actually looks really freaking cool.
That would actually go well with your black gear
loadout,
setup. Yeah.
Give me some
Oh,
black multicam.
I was going to say, you still need to get multicam black.
I'm working on it. It's expensive.
I would like to mention, because obviously some folks are saying this in the comments, and I'm going to agree with them, that I personally prefer to use red lasers for airsoft, because green lasers can damage your opponent's eyes, and there are a lot of fields that actually don't allow them for that specific reason. I would agree. I mean, they do look cooler, but I don't want to hurt anyone out on the airsoft battlefield, permanently with, with damaging their retinas or the rest of their eyes. So I would highly suggest being very wary of where you shine your green lasers,
Yes.
and also complying with the local field rules that you're playing at, or the rules for the local field you're playing at. But we have a wide variety of lasers available on airsoftjow.com, and these are dummy bullets for, I assume, a variety of airsoft
They're
guns.
5.56. So if you just bought something that just recently came out,
Like the Crytek Limited Edition light machine gun.
yep, those are exactly what you're gonna need.
Yeah, and this will definitely look cooler coming out of the box mag too.
Oh yeah, definitely. Let's see
Oh
what's-
yeah.
Oh, and here we have what's this one? This one's what's it? 7075. I believe it is CNC'd aluminum gearbox shell.
Damn.
It already comes with ball bearings installed in it.
You know, it's funny. I remember that when some new products came in. I remember Mark.
Oh, yeah, Mark was like,
ran up, was like, "Oh my God, this is all!" And Mark's essentially our resident tech here in the marketing department. So the fact that he got all excited about that made completely too much sense.
One thing I actually really like on it that Mark pointed out to me is, in order to open up this gearbox, you have to first remove
Don't break it.
CNC aluminum. You have to remove that backplate, and then you'll be able to separate the gearbox. Which, you're getting I won't say a quick change spring system, but you're getting an easier change spring system. And also, you don't have to deal with that if you've ever worked on your own gun like I have. I always have the issue of when I'm opening up my gearbox, it's just going doink, and sending the spring guide across the room. So, very useful feature on it, and it's got the ball bearings pre-installed, and super lightweight. It comes in, this is the blue one. I don't think I brought it in, but there's also a red anodized one as well. That looks
really?
pretty cool. Yeah. If they got green, I'll be very happy.
Bill's a big fan of green.
I do like
green
green.
accessories, green stuff, green things on his gun.
Green all the things. Let's see,
Okay.
what else do we got?
What else we got?
Oh, we got some new mock suppressors.
New barrel extensions. Put this back in here.
Yeah. I'll start cleaning up as you talk.
Highly acceptable. Actually, don't know who these are made by.
I believe they're Lancers.
All right, so some Lancer Tactical barrel extensions. These actually really look cool because they have, well, actually, it's nice they have the QD mount, but I think what makes them really cool is this badass paint job. I gotta say, Lancer Tactical did a really good job on this paint job. Looks just kind of muted, sort of matte. It's obviously got the really cool looking cowling. But yeah, so we definitely have some new barrel extensions from Lancer Tactical. And
yep, they come with the flash hider.
Oh, that's nice. That is nice.
That makes life a lot easier, that's for sure.
Wow, that is cool. So you can be able to switch that out on the front of your airsoft gun and be able to quick detach that stuff. Let me open up this other one just to show you guys. Well, that looks pretty cool.
Little guy.
Little guy. Don't worry about that little guy.
Oh, these are kind of cool. For those of you that have PJ helmets or any helmets that have holes in them, I don't know if you guys have seen some of those pictures where they got those, it's like an elastic webbing across the top of it. Oh, I dropped a piece of it. You're going to be, oh, it's lots of pieces. Okay, it's a kit. Okay. So
It's a kit!
I thought it was pre-made. I didn't know that. It's a kit. So you get your elastic cord, and then you get all the little clips and pieces that you need to put that elastic webbing on your helmet. I thought it was attached, so I was really hoping it'd look way cooler than it.
Nope.
I was going to come up and like, it's a no.
No, I expected it to be much more work than just dropping it on there. But
I did not.
it is really nice though because I've actually seen quite a wide variety of people use these. Specifically, I'm thinking of Level Cap Gaming. He wears like a fair amount of actually useful accessories on his
Useful accessories?
useful accessories on his airsoft helmet. He actually runs usually an external battery pack that's attached to his GoPro, so he can basically keep filming and not have to worry about it. But he also has, I believe, still has a bunch on the outside to put other accessories he may or may not need at the time. So if you are going to be mounting different things to your helmet, the bungee is actually a really good option. I think also Greg Wong's Spartan 117 GW also has bungee on some of his helmets. Could be wrong, but
you said it right.
I did say it right this time. I've been having a nasty habit of saying Spartan 1117 GW, and it's one too many ones. So I'm trying to say 117. One second.
Do you like little red dots?
Yes.
Because this is a cute little red dot just for you.
Actually, here.
Yeah. I'll handle this.
So Mark, once again from the marketing department, was talking about optics we have that are similar to stuff from Battlefield 4, and this is one of the ones he picked up. It is similar. It's not the exact same thing, but definitely gives you another option as far as optics on the Airsoft Battlefield, so that's kind of nice. And it looks like, yeah, this is just, this is red and green. That's
yeah, it's
nice.
red and green, and it's not the one where it clicks. It's the gradual brightnessing.
Oh, that's cool.
Brightening, whatever.
No, we're going to go with brightnessing.
All right, we're brightnessing it.
Elasticized.
Yeah, well, actually, you know what? That is a word.
Okay.
I heard it on TV once.
No, no. Just going to go with it. Still making fun of you.
That's fine, whatever.
So if you're looking for optics, highly suggest checking out Lancer Tactical's optics. This is a new one that's coming in. I believe this is still in the graphics department, so this should be coming on the website very soon, in the next day or two.
We stole these from graphics.
Yes, we did.
Oh, pretty cool.
Yeah. So this is another optic from Lancer Tactical. I don't have the exact name on here, but the nice thing about this one is obviously it's a dot sight. But
it's called the red and green dot sight scope.
So it couldn't possibly have green.
No.
Yeah. All right, so red and green dot. My personal opinion is that this is nice because it comes with a riser already installed. So for folks that are using face masks or other things where they may not be able to get completely behind their sights, having a riser definitely makes it much more possible. And in fact, I'll put one of my scopes mounted to a riser on top of a riser, and then I can use that scope with pretty much any face mask I have. So,
dog, I heard you like risers. On
your risers, yes. Okay.
That actually, think about this. We have this little guy. If you want to.
That little guy? Wait, let me see. Oh, sweet! I'm glad you brought this out because this is another site that is similar to ones that are in Battlefield 4. This is actually another one that Mark grabbed and was like, "Hey, Battlefield 4." Although this is a little bit different, so you may slightly recognize the profile, but this one actually comes with a side-mounted laser. So now this is, I believe. Oh, this is another red and green dot, and you actually have multiple different reticles you can choose from. If you guys can see that. No, it's not, folks. Anyway, so about 4 different reticle choices in addition to the laser. So this is really playable, and especially if you got like an SMG, like a submachine gun, then this would be really useful for that. Because on some like the MP9, there's not a lot of rail space. So having the side-mounted laser is going to save on that, and it comes with a pressure switch, which is really nice in case you're using the laser, because then you don't have to turn it on with your yeah. So that's pretty darn cool. I gotta give it to Lancer Tactical for making that. Oh, whoops.
I think it comes with batteries.
Yeah, no, that came out of the box.
Oh, cool. It came with batteries. There you go.
That's nice. Touche, Lancer Tactical. Very well played.
Indeed.
Now we're going to have much more stuff coming in, obviously, in the very near future. We always have new products coming in. But again, what the big news is for today, if you guys haven't noticed, is that we are going to be opening up a new retail location in the Dallas, Texas area. So if you guys live in Texas, be eagerly awaiting our arrival with Eager Walls, because it's gonna, whenever we do end up opening the store, I can't actually say the exact time yet. It's classified. But when we do, it's going to be one heck of a darn great grand opening, and it's going to be really great just to be able to have location Texas that not only people can shop at, but that we can go out to and meet the Airsoft community out there, because it's all about growing the sport for you guys, the players out there, and having one great darn time. So really looking forward to that. Are you, Bill?
Yeah, I've never been to Texas. I've only been there once because it was for a connecting flight to Florida.
Dallas-Fort Worth Airport? Yeah, that's a big airport.
Yeah, it was really big airport. It was also really hot that day.
In Texas?
Yeah.
So that should be very fun. All right, so we are going to get to, looks like the last 10 to 12 minutes of the show. So we are going to start our Q&A/shout-out section. So if you guys have any questions, or if you want to request any shout-outs, feel free to put it in the comments, and we will get to it as much as we can. So if there are any questions right now, we'll try and get to them. Otherwise, we're just going to keep talking, because I'm sure we love the sounds of our own voices.
I do love the sound of my own voice.
Oh, here's the first question. Two-tone or single-time? Bill?
I was going to say two-tone.
Yeah, okay, so two-tone or single-tone. Bill is obviously going to go two-tone because you've got your two-tone M16.
Yep. My pistol's two-tone.
It's weird. I kind of like single-tone guns for the majority of my airsoft inventory, but I do really like from time to time being able to use a two-tone gun because I'll admit it does look pretty cool, but some of my single-tone guns do look cooler. So, but yeah, I'm going to include this on like the cool factor or what I think is like one of the cooler guns. This is two-tone. I do have an MP9 that it's not necessarily two-tone. Like the main body is Ranger green, but the rest of it is black.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's
it's
two-tone.
I know, but there's not much black on there. It's like 75% Ranger green. So
It's still two colors.
okay, fine. You win this round, Bill.
You know what looks better than two-tone and single-tone? Worn.
That's true. Actually, that is a very good point. It is really nice to have like you do a custom spray paint job, and then when you finally get it worn in and it looks used.
Oh yeah.
Gun's got character. Yeah.
My grip started out as tan, and I painted it green, and now the green's chipping off, so it looks multi-cam.
That's actually kind of cool. JD March, your shout out has been approved. Someone had a question. Actually, now it's
exploding.
Now it's exploding. Chris Fallen, your shout out has been approved. All right.
Keep going down.
No, a little further up actually. Okay. This is a question we get a lot. What is better, a tactical vest or a plate carrier? Now, I'm going to start off with this one. I think it more has to do with your play style. I will use a tactical vest when I want to run really lightweight loadouts, so I can just run around as quick as I can. I like using the plate carrier generally because for me it just feels more awesome. Like a lot of airsoft for some people is how cool you look, and I think plate carriers make it look a little bit cooler. And also I like the feeling you get when you have like the fake plate inserts. It makes it feel like a much more solid vest.
Exactly.
Also I think that plate carriers you can carry a lot more stuff on generally as a rule. Not all plate carriers are that way. However, tactical vests are great, especially if you have a really physically demanding AO. You're going to want to cut down the weight so you don't hurt yourself or get dehydrated much more faster than you would if you're wearing a lot more kit. What about you, Bill? What do you think about tactical vests or plate carriers?
I started out with tactical vests, and now I have a plate carrier. And I'm pretty much going to always have a plate carrier. It's more of it feels so solid, and it feels rigid, and it's comfortable. Like it feels solid, like it's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
Whereas sometimes tactical vests, they flop around a little bit and stuff like that. Whereas plate carrier, you can strap it down and it does not budge.
Yeah, that can get annoying when you're trying to draw stuff out of a tactical vest, and like the vest will move.
It's going with you.
Yeah,
like,
it makes it much more difficult.
Yeah.
Okay, let's check out some more.
Down or up?
Down, please. Oh wow. And the questions are going crazy. Shout out for A Hartley 89. Your shout out has been approved. Okay. Thoughts on the PTS MKM? The PTS MKM, it's a pretty cool gun. I mean, it's very similar to the LM4, obviously. Now, what's different about it, well, I don't want to keep saying obviously, is, it does have a different lower, I believe, and it also has the key mod rail system, which decreases the weight pretty substantially. The key mod rail system is great in that, it does cut down the weight, and obviously, there are different accessories you can add on there. I find the key mod to be a little bit too slim for what I usually want. I think it cuts down the weight a bit much. So the MKM, if you like the key mod rail system, it's going to be a great gun for you because I believe it's going to be cheaper to get the PTS MKM than just a KWA LM4 than putting the key mod on. What do you think about the PTS MKM?
I really like it mainly because I like not necessarily the key mod rail system because it does feel a little narrow for my hand, but I like the body of it. I like the unique kind of take on the standard M4 body, and it just and I like the grip and the trigger and all that stuff. Just overall, I like the body, not necessarily the rail system and stuff. I like the fact that it's really long and then you have about this much and it's the end of the barrel.
Yeah.
But my main thing is I like the body of it. I like that unique body.
It does have a very unique body. I did forget about the trigger. The trigger is a really awesome looking one. And also, I believe the trigger pull is a little bit different and much, in fact,
I think it's a little lighter.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah.
Shout out to Matthew Lerner. Your shout out has been approved. And Daggery Gaming, your shout out has been approved. Let's see, what are the ones we got? Carlos the Airsoft King, is it worth me spending my money on a G4 PWS DMR Venom? Yes or no? I would say yes. That's me speaking. I'll let Bill get to in a second. But I really like our entire G4 line because you get to have an affordable gun, and you also have a lot of options when you're looking for something. So, I would assume that the PWS DMR Venom fits your style, and so that's really great. You can have like this much larger selection than you normally would have, or some folks would want a gun and then have to get it custom teched out, which is going to cost more money on the back end. So the fact that we have all these different options, it makes it much easier as a customer to get what you want. So I think if that's what you want, then I say yeah, go get it. It's a great gun. What do you think?
I'm definitely on board with the G4 series, because back when I started, there weren't any of those. It was either bought the really high-end, super expensive gun that already had everything on it, or you had to buy something and then buy your own rails and stuff to put on. And I look back and I'm like, man, I wish the G4s were around when I started, because I would have been able to get I'm like, sweet, got the big old long rail system, got the gun I want, something very solid, not gonna have to worry about later down the road. And some of our employees have had G4s that they've been using for quite a while, and the marketing G4 has never been opened internally. Only thing that we put in it was a miracle barrel, and it's like it's still alive.
It's really great, and that's the funny thing is if we had those back when we got into airsoft, our airsoft armories would probably be a lot larger today because they're so much larger today because it's so much more affordable.
Yeah, exactly. I wouldn't have spent as much money on a single gun trying to upgrade it and update it. I'm like, oh, just buy another one, just buy another one, just buy another one.
Jonathan Brumley, your shout out has been approved. All right, someone is asking what's the status on SB 199. Very good question, and in fact, I believe the governor has not signed SB 199 yet.
I haven't seen any news or anything.
No.
I've been checking.
We at Airsoft have been working very hard behind the scenes to prevent the passage of the bill. But that said, what you can do as a community right now is to call and email Governor Jerry Brown. You can call him and email him and express your opposition to SB 199, and we want you to express that in a polite, courteous, and informative manner. We want to be seen as a respectful community, but also present our views very firmly in how we feel and what we believe. Now, it's also really important. It's incredibly important that if you are calling and you are emailing, that you are a registered voter in California, because they won't pay attention to out-of-state or out-of-country folks that are emailing or calling in. In fact, it actually may hurt our cause. So please only do it if you're registered to vote in California. It's very important. And if you guys are any way inclined to do this, do it now. Do it today. Do it tomorrow. Do it anytime before I guess the end of, I believe there's only 7 or 6 days left before he's...
Here's the question. Is it business days or is it actual days?
I believe it's just 12 days.
Okay.
So I believe there's only 6 left.
I thought it was business days.
Yeah, so the bill is on Governor Brown's desk, SB 199. So if you guys are in any way wanting to support the sport of airsoft as we know it, you're going to call and leave a message. Both Bill and I have done both of those as early as the middle of last week. Yeah. So
you'll call, press 1 for English, and then press 4
to speak to a
staff member, and just hi, I'm so and so. I'm a registered voter, California, from such and such city. I wanted to express my opposition. Thank you. I couldn't remember the word. To SB 199, and then usually they'll either ask why, or they'll be like, all right, thank you, and that'll be the end of it.
All right, really quick, just want to get through some of these. Airsoft Reese, your shout-out has been approved. Tanya Muller, your shout-out has been approved. Also, whoa, the comments are going crazy. Oh, I already did that shout-out. Okay, I already did his shout-out. All right, this is actually a good one. Thoughts on the Ares Amoeba? Bill?
It's actually pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of, in a weird, strange way, I really like the little tiny ones. The ones that in no way, shape, or form could really exist because there's no buffer tube in it.
Yeah, that's true.
But they're kind of cool. And then didn't they recently come out with the longer ones? I thought there were some longer ones that we had a few weeks back. I honestly don't remember. There's so many new guns coming in. But we have that. I like that little sniper one we have sitting. It's got the giant barrel extension, this huge scope on it. We have this little tiny amoeba. I like the electronic trigger. It's very, very nice.
That is nice. I think for me, I like about it, the electronic trigger is a nice thing to have because when you pull it, it's going to cycle completely.
Click, 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 click.
But also, there's a bunch of external features that Ares has included on the gun that's already affordable enough as it is. And it's also made out of polymer, so if you are looking at the polymer range of guns, it's going to be very lightweight and affordable. But the enlarged magazine release is cool. Really nice. It's also really comfortable if you're into that sort of thing. And also, I like, you know, there are some other companies that do like that experiment with external bodywork to make it look a little bit different, and a lot of times it doesn't always work out well. Sometimes the airsoft gun will come out looking stupid or really unrealistic, but for this one, I think how Ares did it, like, it makes the gun look more aggressive.
Yeah,
and that's really
more
cool.
Aggressive looking.
Yeah. So we're big fans.
Yeah, pretty cool. Yeah.
We are getting almost to the end of the show. I guess Shrek needs a shout out and Banna needs a shout out, so your shout outs have been approved? Question. So yes, this is a good one. Would you go for the KWA MP7, the TM MP7, or the SMG8? I can tell you without a doubt, I would always go with the KWA MP7. I haven't had much experience on the Tokyo Marui MP7. I have had some experience with the SMG8, of which I don't really want to go back to that because I just had a bad experience. But the KWA MP7 is great. I have a lot of friends that have it. I have it. I've dual wielded it, which was very entertaining, and it's a great gun.
I'd have to say the same. I've never actually really gotten to handle the TM version. And the SMG8, I'm kind of with you on that one.
Yeah. Well, all right. That's actually going to do it for today's live show. I really appreciate you guys stopping in for a live show on September 2nd, 2014. And if you're still with us right at the end, make sure to take advantage of our Labor Day coupon code. It's a Labor Day, and you're going to get 20% off on select items. And also take advantage of our flat rate shipping today, $8.95 for continental U.S. and $11.95 for Alaska, Canada, and Hawaii, because it expires tonight. You want to get that deal before it's gone. Anyway, thanks for stopping by for our live show. I'm Bob the Axeman Hildebrand. This is
Bill from marketing.
Well played, Bill. And this is the end of the live show. Bye-bye. Bye, guys. Still trying to figure out how to turn this off. And
you found it.
the stop button.
Yeah.